Grand Rising is Shay Seeking from American Aborigines Unchained here on Facebook and YouTube. And this is not your mama's Bible study, along with a little bit of his stories lies. And we are doing part 2 of whatever the hell I'm about to call this. um, when it's pertaining to what is going on right now. Okay? Now, again, this is a little bit different, but damn near the same that I have been doing on my videos for the past 2 years, which I have been researching and looking into for the past 10 to 12 years. Okay. And we are breaking things down because things are going to be really easy to point out and show others at this point in time. This is why they are moving so fast, and this is why they are trying to censor us, and why they are also censoring others. Okay, this is the time right now when they are talking about giving a million people this thing that they want to give you as soon as these people get in this so-called office. Okay. So again, we just did that whole thing about what John of Patmos said, right? Now let's look at what this simple thing says here about Patmos. Okay, I just want to go straight down to it. Its cave of the apocalypse is where John of Patmos, Saint John, the theologian. Now I think it was either Paul, Peter, and John are going to be very relevant and prominent at this point in time. Okay, but I think this is where Trump went, and Trumpet and Pelosi, both were playing around with the Bible last year sometime, if you guys, because this is all a scene. They have been doing rituals in front of our faces, guys. This is the thing that you have to understand. Anything on the headlines, they have been doing these rituals right in front of your eyes under the guise of works that are going on with politics or politricks. Okay, so this thing here says that it is said to have written the book of Revelations, a fortress like 11th century monastery dedicated all of a sudden dedicated to the saint, overlooks the whitewashed house. Now, again, I don't know where this is, but I can take this information. I bet you I can find out. I bet you it's not nowhere far from where we're talking about here. You dig what I'm saying? All right. So it says overlooks the whitewashed houses of the hilltop capital. Can you want to tell me something? Are these the hills? I did something on Pelosi before on the channel. Okay. On what hill? On how many hills? How much do we talk about hills in the scripture? Okay. And whitewashed. What is whitewashed? Houses. Is Washington doesn't mean to wash something and make it white? Is that not what the founding fathers did to the Aborigines when they came here and all of their things? Let's think about this here. Because this Bible is not as old as you think, or it's not pertaining to things that are that old as you think. It is not that old. We are talking about the 1800s and stuff like this, and they could predict what was going on or make a plan for the next 100 or 200 years. It's nothing. They did not finish putting things. They gave the Bible came. They brought to life the thought of in the vision of the Bible in 1611. Certain people had them, bishops, they called them bishops' Bibles. Certain people couldn't understand the language. You don't know what the hell was in the Bible unless you have one from that time that was actually made then. You can't tell me what it said, just like I can't tell you. But I know one thing, that things were being added in later when all of this other stuff, all these writings and stuff that go around with the biblical text and information, even stuff about the Americas, 1850, the 1800s was the downfall, the real downfall of the American Aborigine. And a lot of things took place in that particular time. Okay. But things also happened before then. But then again, they didn't even get their throne set up for their government until the late 1700s. 1798 was when you got your so-called first president. Okay. So again, the whole thing before that was militias and governors and different ministers and all these other people. Okay. And a missionary is someone that brings a message of a faith or doctrine to indigenous people. Go look up the term and see how you interpret it in etymology. Okay. So let's just go back here. All right. Now this tells some more stuff about it. A panoramic coastal views or whatever. And it says something about roads. And I was thinking Rhode Island, but again, who knows? Okay. So it says, we're talking about the martyrs, right? The cry of the martyrs, right? And that's the one who bears testimony to faith. Okay. This is the history of the word, especially one who willingly suffers death rather than surrender his or her religious faith, specifically on one of the Christians who in former times were put. Now, no matter what they're calling it, these are names they were tagging people with. Okay. Remember that. All right. So let's just leave that out and leave your feelings out and think about who we're talking about. Who in the former times were put to death. This could be legally by law by being black and African American. Okay. Because they would not, and also they did kill a lot of I'm not Protestants, but who were they? I just can't remember off the top of my head right now. Goodness, I can't remember right now. Who they were slewing or killing because of the things that they knew. It's a name. Y'all probably know what it is. Okay. And it says here that earlier martyr, a genitive. See, whenever we're talking about genitive, we're talking about genes, and we also talking about Genesis. There's no coincidence, okay, why that is like that, all right? Literally a witness. The Greek word is sometimes said to be related to care, murmur. Sound almost like Moderna, but anyways, murmuring, murmura, okay? Care, trouble, to be anxious, to or thoughtful. That is what a lot of people would say about us that have been trying to deliver a message. These are also messengers. Nobody wants you to try to compare yourself to Christ or Jesus or any type of messenger or any kind of thing when you are the ones. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We are the ones that we have been waiting for. See, one of these guys in this Bible likes to separate children away from their parents. The government here in Americas and other countries like to do that too. Like the foundlings, when they sent all those hundreds of thousands of children across America in the 1800s, I believe, and sent them just to anybody that came to the train station to just pick up any children. Do you understand what I'm saying? Why some people may not remember or realize what their true story is. Okay. Didn't they take them and put them supposedly to Native Americans in Carlisle school and all these things? It's coming now. And I'm thinking about the babies at this point in time. I'm thinking about my daughter. These children have something to say. Don't just hush them up and don't just let them sit on those games. They have something to say. Right now, at this moment, my daughter almost made me cry the other day with some of the shit that she has been saying for the past week. And I am listening to her. And I noticed that I have been in my own thing and I have been spending time communicating with her, but I wasn't really hearing her. It was surface talk. We wasn't going deep, and she's 10 years old. So again, this is for them. What are you going to leave them? If this vaccine doesn't work out for you and multitudes of you pass away, what the fuck is going to happen to your children? You have to think about that. And if you're thinking about giving it to them, shame on you. Shame on you. As if you haven't learned. And if this is the one time that we should trust them and we don't, oh fucking well. You have been, everything has been flipped in reverse. And what you think is a God is really your government. And what you think is Satan could possibly be your only way out. Because people might be saying this whole thing, and I have no feelings about neither of these people. I am someone that looks in non-biasedly, and that's just the way it is. But the only person that have been speaking something, what I heard out of my damn ears, again, you have to question that too with the technology today. But Trump was saying some real shit this whole time. The truth hurts. People don't like to hear the truth. He was saying some real type shit. He was the one saying everybody don't need to get vaccinated. These motherfuckers said as soon as I get up in there, they getting it. And guess who getting it? Black lives, because they matter. Because they matter. You don't get it? All right? And if this is a gift sent from God, if it was my God, they would be able to already instill that in me within my makeup or my DNA, like it's going on right now with this rising and with the Kundalini fire that's rising. It's that fire that we're talking about that was lit and will not be dampened that we're talking about in that book. All right. To remember, see, it's already in you. We the ones we've been waiting for. It's time to wake your ass up. Mindful, however, okay, has been phonetic objects to this. And again, because they are the luminaries that you should be looking to in these times to see which way your ass need to move. So yes, it may not be your fight what happened the other day, but actually it really the fuck is. Okay. Because at least they was going to try to fight for something that they feel like is being taken away from them. And we sitting here talking about some damn Jacob Blake. And this ain't got nothing to do with Jacob, with you at this. It has everything to do with you at this point. Okay. Because again, the same way you said that's not your fight. Say they take this shit over here to Kenosha or somewhere in your neck of the woods about this whole thing with this Blake. And then people looking in as something happened to you. And they say that's not ours. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because they got you so busy looking at each other's skin color. You don't think that's purpose that you didn't see not really no fucking black people over there in Washington the other day? You about to see them now. You about to see them now. If they even televise it, because they have been very quiet. They have been very quiet about these things. Unless something is being thrown off course that is out of their power. Okay, I thought the things were supposed to be administered so weeks ago. What happened? See, because there is an energy working on our side, but if we are looking to them in the wrong wrong perception and looking at this stuff with the wrong perception, then you will be fooled. Okay, so it says here that let's see. Okay, one who testifies. Okay, or a testimony. Okay, a witness. All right. So it says the word was adopted directly in most Germanic languages, but Norse, okay, used a native formation, whatever that word is there, literally torture witness. So again, okay, y'all know, my soul siblings know, it has been torture sitting here watching this shit occur and nobody is paying attention. It's almost like real fucking crazy, ain't it? It's real crazy. Seeing that people cannot see these things. A lot of people are waking up now, but is it too late? Is it too late? Some of us were pulled out of our livelihood and what we thought was living, okay, and pushed into this to be preparing for this time. And now they think they have the power to shut you up. A little old person with 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and you want to mess around with my channel and me delivering something about what I want to talk about on YouTube? This is my motherfucking universe? I don't think so. All right. So, literally torture witness. Okay. Meaning one who suffers death or a grievous loss in defense or on behalf of any belief or cause. Love, etc. is from 14th century. General sense, because they want you all to be robots. They don't want you to love anybody, not even your fucking self. That's why they have been having you worshiping these idols in Hollywood for so long. Most of these women that you think are women are men in Hollywood. In everything that you do, you think, you see, children's movies, it's all flipped. It's all has been flipped. It has been like that for a long time. And the veil has been lifted for some of us to be able to let you know, but you will not hear of it. And hopefully this whole shutdown, what it would have given you is a way to clear your mind from some of this shit so you can think rationally. Okay? It ain't got nothing to do with how I feel about the person. It's about the fucking truth and how this way of life has been embedded in society dealing with these people for a very long time. And if you don't wake up, we are going to miss our chance to reverse the shit back into its proper standing. You understand? Even us in the indigenous community, we've been mixed up with the paperwork and this and being recognized. Recognized by who? The same motherfuckers that took your shit? I don't want to be recognized by them then. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I think even in me with the Bible, when again, we should have been preparing. We should be preparing. We should be at this point prepare to know which way to move at these times. Right now. You ever heard of a bug out bag? Look it up. You understand what I'm saying? All right. So, and a lot of us that have been speaking, you may not hear from anymore. They may not have actually really died, but they will not be able to be speaking to you anymore. So get in while you can. All right. So it says a general sense of constant suffer, a victim of misfortune, calamity, dis-ease. That is, see, and this dis-ease has been brought on by fear. Because the real thing is not even really killing. That's why they stopped talking about deaths and start talking about cases. What the fuck? Who cares about a case? Who cares about a case when 99.7% of people recover on their own? Unless they end up in the hospital in the hands of these fucking things. And then what happens? Some of them did not make it. But you notice now, this time, so many people were able to recuperate. You don't hear that much about ventilators anymore. And so many people have been able to recuperate this time. The calamity and the disease is here, guys. What are we talking about? Martyr complex of 1550s. Exaggerated desire for self-sacrifice. So again, these people have sacrificed their lives, their family, the way that we thought we would be living, okay? They listen to that voice within, and in order to be ready or try to get you ready for these times. And they are laughed at and mocked and all of these things. See? Shouldn't something like this, us just talking to you like this, make you just think a little bit? Like, I know this motherfucker and she or he is not crazy. I need to look into this for myself. This is why a lot of times I just drop stuff and just put a question mark or something, because I just want you to look at it and see if you pick something up from it. Because I don't want you to think what I think. I just want you to think. All right. So again, all right, let's see what else we have here. That was it. So again, I'm going to go into the archangels next, if this works, and I will see you guys soon. Again, I've been having problem with censorship, so we'll try to see if it works. I know these are not, my videos are always chaos, but again, that was what was there in the beginning before they got their hands on you and started to form men. You dig? That dark matter, that chaos. Could it be the fuel to the fire? Just saying.